Welcome to the University of Toronto.
Hey guys, welcome to the Rohit Vibes. आप सबका स्वागत है आपके अपने चैनल में. And today I am very much excited because this is the first podcast of the channel. And what can be better to have your alumni in the very first podcast. And joining me today is Anjula. So before going to start this conversation, I would like to talk a bit about Anjula. So there is a similarity between me and Anjula. We both are from NIT Trichy. The difference is she has been enrolled to UG course and I was into PG program. But Angela, today I was like going through your LinkedIn profile. So to know more about your journey at NIT Trichy. So if you have received that message that Rohit viewed your profile because of that only. So pardon me for that. So yeah, I will talk a bit about Angela's journey at NIT Trichy. So she did her BTech from Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and she has been passed out in the year 2021. And her department rank was 3rd. And I believe that she has scored 9.45 CGPA out of 10. So I will not comment about the academia because she has been a brilliant student. And she also did a summer research fellowship program at IIT Kharagpur. Apart from this academia, she was also a vibrant and proactive student, because in terms, when I talk, I've seen her in many of this teamed club of NIT Trichy. One was Toastmaster International Club, where she was Vice President Education, and I got a chance to meet there in 1 or 2 sessions. So we had interaction from that time. She was also was part of this one symposium event in AAA department, which is called as Current, and she was leading the content team. She was head of content. And one thing which caught my eye from her profile was I am Remarkable Felicitator badge, which she received for doing a good work to empower women and something on the public speaking domain front. So kudos to you for that. So that being said, let's start this podcast titled Journey to University of Toronto. And today in this podcast, we are going to answer all the possible questions from a student perspective, because I believe in India, there are students who wanted to study abroad, but due to lack of awareness, they are not able to pursue their dream. So I wanted to bring a person herself to talk about the journey, which will give you more insights. So first of all, thank you, Anjula, for taking out your time and coming to the show on the Sunday, which is a day where people want to chill out and relax, but you are here. So thank you for that. It's a privilege to have you. So why not you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohit, for that wonderful introduction that you gave me already. And thank you so much for inviting me, really. I'm so happy to be here. So I think Rohit has covered most of it already, but currently I'm a master's student at the University of Toronto. So I'm doing a fully funded research-based master's program, and I'm specializing in electrical and computer engineering. And I hope to share a bit more about my journey and how each one of you can actually be in the same position that I am, or at a better university with a better opportunities and everything. So I really hope to give everyone watching this some insight.
Great. We are looking forward, and I hope that at the end of this video, people will get a lot of insights from your journey. So Angela, the very basic question which I wanted to ask and start with is like, why you choose Canada?
Right. So when I was applying, I applied to universities all over the world, to Europe, US, and Canada,
Okay.
simply because I didn't know where I would get that admission from. So finally, when I got the admits from all these 3 countries, one of the major factors that I looked into was, okay, do I enjoy the course or the research work that I'll be doing at this university? So that was the first thing that I looked into.
Okay.
And for me personally, I loved the project that was offered to me from University of Toronto. And I had a few interviews with my guide, and I felt really comfortable, and he was very friendly. And that was something very important for me as a research student, since I'll be having a lot of interactions with my guide. So this is one factor. Then the second factor for me was what are the opportunities that I have once I graduate? So it is true that Europe and US also have a lot of opportunities. But with respect to Canada, I found that, immigration wise, it was a bit more favorable. Though I don't know if I want to stay in Canada in the long run, but at least I feel like I have an option that in case I do wish to stay, I have the option available with me. So that was another reason for picking Canada. And the third reason for me personally was because I got a monetary benefit from University of Toronto. I did not get a scholarship from any of the other universities. So that was the third factor for me.
Great. You touch upon the major factors. Now, the second question, which was basically the running question to the first one. So how did you think NIT Trichy plays a important role in your journey to University of Toronto? What was the role of NIT Trichy?
Right. I think like NIT Trichy is the main reason I'm here today.
Okay.
Simply because of the opportunities and the people that I got to interact with since I was in NIT. And I feel like in NIT, there were a lot of seniors and a lot of my batchmates who were aiming for the same path. I saw all of them working towards a master's program. They had that aim right from the first year. So I got inspired by them and by their journey. So through my interactions with them, I learned like what all I should do during my undergraduate in order to get into a master's program. So I knew that okay, I need to maintain a good CGPA if I want to go for a core program, and I wanted to go for electrical itself. So I knew I had to maintain a good CGPA. I knew I had to do research internships. So through my seniors, I got to know about the summer research fellowship program. I got to know about the MyTax scholarship. Then they also told me how I can apply for foreign internships. They gave me a lot of guidance in that. And then the next aspect was okay, how to maintain extracurriculars as well, because in your applications, it's important that you have like a holistic development. So like that also helped me because NIT had a lot of clubs, and the clubs that I was in personally, it helped me develop the skills like communication skills and written skills that I needed to. And also, yes, when I was like the final stage when I was applying, whether it came to writing SOPs, LORs, other competitive exam like GRE and TOEFL, since a lot of my seniors had already done that, I had people that I could easily approach, and they gave me a lot of guidance on how to prepare and how to write things. So I think like literally everything that I gained was from NIT Trichy and from the interactions that I had with people there.
I totally second your opinion because I also experience the same. Because when you have a community of people who have been doing the same thing and they are guiding you, it really helps you. So yes, you are right. So you talked about GI and TOEFL. I was about to ask, like, what do you think? What is the ideal score for a student to crack into good colleges abroad? And what was your score there? If you can throw some light on that.
Yeah, sure. So the good thing about the application process anywhere abroad is that they look at your entire profile. So it's not just the GRE is one factor, and in fact, because of COVID and all, many of the universities canceled GRE requirement last year as well as this year. And there are some conversations that universities are having to cancel GRE for good because they feel that one exam shouldn't be an indicator. So yes, it is important to have a good GRE score, and it completely depends on your profile. So if other aspects of your profile are really strong, like you have a lot of good research papers, you're very good CGP and everything, a lower GRE score might be okay. But if you're lacking in certain other aspects, having a higher GRE score may boost your profile a little bit. So I would say like anything above a 310 would be good. And if you're really aiming for a higher end, I would say try to get above a 320 or a 325. And I think if you're asking how to prepare for GRE, it's really it depends again on how good you are in math and English. So if for me personally, English was difficult, so I really needed to put in like two to 3 months of solid work. Like every day, I was studying for 2 hours each, GRE vocabulary, and I was practicing the material that was given to me. For me personally, math was a little easier, so I didn't have to spend a lot of time on the math section. But if you feel that you need to work a bit on math, then you need to equally allocate your time for that as well. So I would say 2 months would be like an ideal timeline, so you're not like too stressed and you can comfortably complete your preparation. And yeah, my GRE score was a 331 on 340.
Okay, so usually English is the major problem for most of the students who are not much into that English zone. So what are the few resources which you want to refer them, or anything which you have taken
Right.
help from? It will
Yeah,
be helpful
so
for them.
yes, sure. So the main thing about English is vocabulary. So when you look at the paper for the first time, you feel like you don't know most of the words in it, and I
True.
felt the same. So what I did was I downloaded this app called the Magoosh flashcards.
Yes.
So they have around 3,000 words on there, and you can study like a game. So every day you can just take your phone when you're bored or something and just study like 10 words. And that is what I did. So whenever I had free time, I would like open the app, learn 10 words. So it was more like a game rather than studying. So that really helped me. And I found like a lot of words that I studied from that app, it appeared on the test. So that was a very good resource for vocabulary. And that's the only resource I used to study vocabulary. Then it came to practicing the questions because you need to be familiarized. I personally use the Manhattan 5LB book for GRE. I
Okay.
use that for both math and English, and I personally vouch for it because I found it extremely useful. So my thorough preparation was using that book, and just 2 weeks before the exam, I referred to the official GRE guide that is provided by ETS.
Okay.
So just to like brush up all my skills and all that, I used those books. And the most important thing was doing as many number of practice tests as possible because time management is very important on this exam. So there are a lot of free practice papers that you can find online, and I don't know, I did so many, I don't have a count of it, but
Okay.
whichever free practice exam I could find online, I just did it. So yeah, these are the main things that I use.
Cool. I still remember that Magoose app which you mentioned. I think it was based on the difficulty level.
Yes.
The way you solve the problem, and then in the next level it will be more difficult, and like that. Cool.
Yeah.
And mock test indeed helps. So you have
Yes,
touched upon so many mock tests. Okay.
it helps a lot.
Yeah, agreed. So can you talk about a bit more into the admission process challenges which you have faced? I mean, in terms of starting from the filling form to the visa and all those during the, because you went to, I think, during the lockdown period where it was difficult, COVID era. So can you briefly talk about that?
Yeah, so I would say when you're starting the application, the first thing that you need to get done with is your GRE and TOEFL. So once that is done,
Okay.
like you don't have to worry about it. And once you have your GRE score, it becomes more easy for you to select your universities because then you have your complete profile ready with you. And there is this web page, or you can even download the app on your mobile called UofT. So you
Okay.
can go to the universities that you desire and you can see which all students got admitted there. What was your profile like? So you can compare your profile, your GRE score with those students to get an idea, okay, will I get admission in this university? Will it be ambitious? Will it be easy? So the first step is to do this, clear your GRE and then make a list of the universities that you want to apply to. So normally when you apply to three levels. One is safe, moderate, and ambitious. Safe are the universities that you're sure you'll get into. Moderate is like a 50% chance. Ambitious is your dream university, which might be a little above your capability, but you have a chance. So you have to find universities in these three categories. So I applied to 8 universities, but it's up
Okay.
to you how many you wish to apply to. And I applied to, I think, three safe, three moderate, and four ambitious or something like this. I don't remember my breakup exactly. Um, so that would be the first step. Decide the universities that you want to apply to. You can research a lot online, talk to seniors, talk to people on LinkedIn to finalize that. Once you have your set of universities, then the thing is approaching your professors or your supervisors for letter of recommendations.
Okay.
And once you have the letter of recommendation sorted, then the major part is writing your SOP. So this I would really suggest you to take 1 or 2 months to write it. Don't rush through it.
Okay.
Like write your first draft, then give people that you really trust to read it, to take their opinion, work on it. So if you start early, you have a lot of time to refine your SOP.
Mhm.
So make your SOP as good as possible. Then the rest of your application, it will take time to just fill out all the details, but it's just straightforward. All your details, all your extracurriculars, academic details, all that is pretty straightforward. You just need to follow instructions on the page. So most of the deadlines will come around December if you are applying for the fall intake, that is September intake.
Mhm.
And you will start getting your results by March, April, sometimes even by February. So by end of April or beginning of May, definitely you will get the reply from all universities that you have applied to. So by mid of August, you can start getting ready for your visa process, because you can finalize your university. Then if you require a loan, you can apply for a loan, get all your documents ready. And for Canada, because of the COVID situation,
Mhm.
the visa processing time was very long. It was 3 months. So I had to apply by mid of May to get my visa by August.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So then once you submit your visa and
Mhm.
everything, you can be free. You can just relax till you get your visa and then prepare for your travel.
Cool, cool. I do believe that SOP plays a major role in screening your application. Yes, I heard from people. So, Angela, now the most important question which I wanted to ask you, like regarding the tuition fee and the scholarship, because most students who are not able to, they wanted to do, though they wanted to pursue their higher study from abroad, but because of money factor, they are in a dilemma, like how to approach. And is there any sponsorship program which is there? I mean if the scholarship which they can get, because you are I believe you have full scholarship in your program. So how to avail that, and what is the process for that, if you can talk about?
Yes. So I do not know how it is for all the departments. So
Mhm.
you may have to visit the personal web page, but I can speak about the EC department,
Yes.
electrical and computer engineering.
Mhm.
So they have a normal non-thesis based master's program, and they have a thesis based master's program. So for the thesis based master's program, you will be working under one professor, as in you will be working on the one project under the guidance of a professor in the university. So you will have a few interviews, and if he selects you, then you will be guaranteed full funding for your
Okay.
entire
Okay.
cover your living as well as your tuition fees. So
Mhm.
in your SOP, you need to mention the professors that you're interested in, and then when he views your application, if he finds it interesting, he will invite you, and you can have that conversation. And finally, if he selects you, it is guaranteed that if you get admission for a thesis-based program in
Okay.
EC department, you are 100% funded student. That's how the program in UofT is structured. But there are a lot of other opportunities, not only in UofT. Like I know some of my friends in US. So there is the JN Tata and KC Mahindra loan scholarship. So for that, you can avail a loan amount with zero interest.
Okay.
And so that is one very good option.
Mhm.
Other option is there are a lot of teaching assistant and research assistant positions in some US universities. So you need to do your research on this. And sometimes if you get a teaching assistant or a research assistant position, your tuition fees are fully funded. You just
Okay.
need to take care of your living, which won't be much of an issue. Like even if you take a loan for that, once you start working, you can easily pay it off.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that is one thing. Then another program that I'm aware of in UofT is called the Master of Science in Applied Computing. It's a computer science course.
Mhm.
So here it's a 16-month program in which students study for 8 years, 8 months, 8 months,
Okay. Okay.
and then they work for 8 months. So what they're saying is like in the 8 months that you work, you will
Mhm.
definitely make enough money to pay off your tuition fee. So within the program itself, you will earn the money to pay back your tuition. So
Nice.
a lot of universities have such programs and things to support students.
Mhm.
You just need to like search in their website, search in your programs, and talk to seniors of people who are in the university to get to know more.
Great. I think you are into this teaching assistant role there, right?
Mm,
And there might be some part-time job also, Angela. If you know, I mean, people who wanted to do that, they can also,
yes,
have this option of part-time job. I
yeah.
want to
So
comment on that. Yeah.
yeah, sure. So the teaching assistant position in Canada, it
Mhm.
doesn't pay as much as some of the US universities. Like
Okay.
I would say that it will barely cover your monthly living expense. It will not cover your tuition. Well,
Okay.
a lot of people do part-time jobs here. So
Mhm.
once you're on a student visa in Canada, you can work for a maximum of 20 hours per week.
Okay.
So some people take up part-time jobs or part-time internships in
Mhm.
companies. Either it might be like a technical position or it might be non-technical. That's up to you. And if you have an internship from a good company, there are
Mhm.
chances that the money that you earn from there will be good enough to pay your tuition. Otherwise, if what you earn will be very good to cover all your living expenses and maybe like pay a small portion of your tuition fee.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. So I believe that students who are going to pursue their masters like basically this teaching assistant will help them a lot, because this will indeed help, because you are doing something in a certain department, and if you are teaching that subject, it will help you to enhance your knowledge. So that's why you are pursuing that, because your
Yeah.
intent is to leverage this 2 years time at college. Good. So now let me ask you, like, how was the transition for you from India, I mean, studying in Tamil Nadu, Trichy, a very hot place, to going to Canada, extreme. I mean, it's cold again. So how difficult it was for you in terms of the lifestyle, everything? If you can talk about life at Toronto, basically, I wanted to ask.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it difficult, but I would say it's a challenge. It's
Yes.
everything
Hmm.
how you look at it. Like if you look at it with a positive aspect, you can take it up like a challenge. So
Right.
obviously the culture, the people, everything is very different when we compare it to India. The learning style is different. So in India, I was in an undergraduate program. Here, I'm in a graduate program where you're treated very differently. You're given a lot of independence, and in my class in India, we were just Indians, but here we have people from all over the world, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different age groups. So I feel like there's a lot to learn from people here, and there are a lot of opportunities that you can really make use of.
Okay.
So that's the really good thing that I found here. So it might be really scary or intimidating initially, but if you put yourself out there and try to take it up like a challenge,
Hmm.
you can really like make a lot of make a lot out of what is available here. So either be it through the university or even in Toronto in general.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's been a good experience so far. And as for the cold, I've been at home because of COVID and everything, so it's not been too bad.
Okay. Actually, was my next question was to ask about the places which you have explored so far. I mean, what are some places which you want to suggest to people? But if you have explored any of the places, you can definitely talk about that. Which is your favorite one in Canada? I mean, in Toronto.
Yeah, I haven't really visited a lot of places. I've just gone to downtown. Like I've gone to like Harbourfront, Nathan Phillips Square, and during Christmas I went to see a place called Distillery District. And I think
Okay.
whoever's in Canada during the next Christmas, you should definitely go visit that place. Like they have a beautiful Christmas tree with a lot of lighting and very cute stalls, gift stalls, and food stalls. So I really enjoyed that, like that entire atmosphere and vibe. But I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other places to see here in Canada, which I haven't had a chance to explore yet, but I'm looking forward to.
When you talked about stalls and all, I remember the days at NIT Trichy, Festember. So is there anything the
Yes.
sort of Festember kind of in at University of Toronto, which maybe open after this once the lockdown or everything is unlocked, and you got a chance where you where there's something like a bigger festival, anything sort of that?
Uh, in my knowledge, I'm not aware of college fest as such,
Yes.
but I do know that they have a lot of clubs and the clubs organize some small events.
Okay.
But a
Okay.
college level fest, in my knowledge, I'm not aware, but maybe it might be there for undergraduate students.
Right.
I'm not very aware of that.
But there are clubs, right? People can leverage
Yeah,
that.
there are a lot of clubs.
Cool. Cool. Okay. Okay. So now my last question would be for you is like, what are your future plans after graduating from University of Toronto, and how do you see yourself after this 1 year of time there?
Yeah, so that's still a question mark for me, but I do know that I want to work in industry. I do
Okay.
not wish to continue in an academy or a research position.
Mhm.
So hopefully in the power system industry itself, either in the power system operation side or maybe in the electric vehicle. I'm really interested in renewable energy and sustainability and everything. So I'm hoping to build a career in that.
Okay.
If you're asking me the long-term goal, I still don't know if I wish to be settled in Canada or somewhere else. But I'm eager to explore the work culture and technologies and the trends they have here. And then hopefully I can make a decision after I work for maybe 1 or 2 years what it is that I like or things like that. Yeah.
Great, great. I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. So, Angela, last few words from your end to the budding aspirants who wanted to pursue their career, from abroad, and who have dreams in their eyes to do something on that front. So, what would be your words for them?
Yeah, my words would be like, don't give up. If you have a dream, really work for it. And if you feel like there's nobody to help you, nobody to guide you, just go on LinkedIn and connect with people. I'm sure there are a lot of people who are willing to help. Just that we do not have the means to reach out to you. So only if you reach out to us, we can reach out to you. And keep your eyes open for opportunities always. Read a lot, research a lot, and definitely you will come across something that is suitable for you, and really work towards your goals and have that ambition in mind, and I'm sure that you will reach wherever you want to be. So yeah, I wish all of you the very best, and if anyone feels that I can help them out, you're free to connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'll be very happy to help you out in whatever way possible.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. And thank you for coming, Angela, to our show and sharing your wonderful journey experiences. And I believe people will, get a lot of insights from this. And uh, I will drop your LinkedIn profile link in the comment. And I hope that anyone who want to, questions, who have any queries, they can reach out to Angela. Angela profile link will be there. And believe me, she is the one who will definitely try her best to answer your queries. So it was a great experience, Angela, and thank you for coming to the podcast and making it so lively and sharing your wonderful journey experiences. I'm wishing you all the very best and do well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rohit. I really enjoyed having this conversation with you. And I hope that, you're able to do such good things for people and create such positive content that inspires a lot more people. So I wish you too all the best. And
Thank you.
yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you.